Y'all, I heard they was shutting down the TikTok. Maybe. I heard that today. Y'all know I be feeling like an old lady when it comes to the news and stuff like that. But I had got wind today that they were saying something about that. I said, oh, okay. We already banned. So, hey, we already done checked out. Hold on, y'all, because my throat, I don't know, but like 10 minutes before I started going live, my throat literally started itching and I've been coughing. Like, what in the hell? And I just brewed the tea, so it's really, really hot right now. So, but I'm about to, take a little sip real quick and maybe burn my lip real quick. Hold on. And I'm super excited to sip on my tea because I have my conjunction function. Y'all know last night I didn't have my conjunction function and it was ghetto. But we here now. And we ready. So, let me see. I want to put you here. Where can I put you where you're out the way? Okay. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get to it. Peace, lovelies. Welcome in. New intros. Peace, Mystique, baby boos. Welcome to the Crystaline Mars Show, episode 3, 2, 1. A two-step. A two-step. Not gone and two-step. Not gone and two-step. Not gone and two-step. Not gone and two-step. I get G with it. I can't do none of the TikTok dances, but I could do a little walk it out, I could do a lean with it, rock with it. I could do a two-step. But nonetheless, welcome y'all to the Crystaline Mars Show. I am your co-host, Mrs. Duüblé Jones. I am the lady with the stones, the come here's, and the leave us alone. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist y'all in any way that I can. And so head over to CrystalineMars.com for all of your spiritual tools, all of your spiritual services, and all of your spiritual jewels, y'all. We still have this gorgeous, gorgeous prophecy stone on sale. CrystalineMars.com until tomorrow. What's tomorrow's date? January the 17th around noon. The next stone of the day gonna be 20% off, and she will be going full price. Again, this is Prophecy Stone, which is a great ritual stone. Prophecy Stone also unlocks your ancient DNA. Prophecy Stone is also great for foreseeing the future and grounding. And it's an ancestral stone. So CrystalineMars.com, get your 20% off. No code required. It's automatically discounted. And if you are in the U.S., you will get free shipping, okay? But we do offer international shipping as well. We ship worldwide. We taking over one city at a time. So thank y'all so much for y'all orders that y'all have been placing. Thank y'all so much for y'all bookings that y'all have been placing. Thank y'all so much for the space that y'all share with us in every way that you choose to do so. Y'all, I'm super stoked. I have this big secret that I really want to tell you, and I can't tell you yet, but y'all stay tuned. I'm going to be able to tell y'all in about a week and a half, and I'm going to try. I don't know. I might spill the beans before then, bitch, because y'all know I like to fucking tell y'all what the fuck going on, and I be pressed. So y'all just stay with us every night, and all I'm going to say is, y'all gonna be excited. Y'all gonna be excited just as much as I am. And so stay tuned with us. Stay tuned with us. And what else we got? Meet us on all social media platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Whatever perspective you choose to connect with the collective, we are here. Our platform is at Crystaline Mars. So thank you, Mystique, baby. Let me pin that comment real quick. But yes, y'all, if y'all want, why ain't let me pin it, Mystique? It ain't let me pin it. Mystique, it didn't let me pin it. I don't know if it's because I have the orientation on horizontal. But yeah. So that's what we got here. Thank you though, Mystique. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. If y'all would like a reading, y'all can go ahead and send y'all love offerings in. It is a $15 minimum for a general love, career, past, present, future, past life. Birthday reading, whatever you need, connecting with an ancestor, whatever you need. $15 minimum. The maximum is whatever you desire. $10 for 1 yes or no. $20 for 3 yes or no's. And so y'all can go ahead and roll those in. But one of the things I can share with y'all today, you say, am I on YouTube? Yes, we are on YouTube right now. We are on YouTube at the moment. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, baby boos. Masterpiece said they've been saying that for 5 years, I say, that they were going to shut down TikTok. Masterpiece said, yeah, an announcement on the way. I shade, but I do have an announcement for today. And the announcement is the message of the days are coming back. Thank y'all so much for just rocking with us, man. Like I said, the Crystaline Mars brand, we've had so many ups and downs. We've been evolving so much and just allowing and intentionally bringing new things to the table and just allowing for the natural evolution and transformation to happen. And and I'm just grateful for stop crying. I'm grateful that I stopped crying about it, because I'm seeing how it's all coming back full circle. And I should have learned this a long time ago. Like the same thing when it came to the fish, to our OG lovelies. Y'all already know how I went through my seasons of me never eating fish again. And then little did I know that was just a fast that I needed to do, but I thought it was forever and things like that. And I should have known it was the same thing when it comes to the Crystaline Mars show and certain things that I do. And so it was essentially the same thing with that. Y'all saw us at our peak. Well, I couldn't even say peak, but y'all saw us at one of our highest, right? And then the theft thing started happening, and we slowly started disintegrating, right? Breaking down, and to the point where we were only doing tarot tea time, no more spiritual exercises, no more message of the days, no more daily energy. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all, the fuck, you do what you want when you pop in. The daily energy is coming back, bitch. The spiritual exercise coming back, bitch. I just was on a hiatus. I had to get some stuff together. I told y'all it was a lot going in the background, and I still have some more shit to tell y'all that I won't talk about right now, that I can't talk about it right now, but I will talk about it right now. And we're going to double back to this present moment. And y'all be like, remember when? Yeah, this is why. So that's news for a later time, which is why I got to tune in. But we're coming back. It's going to look different. Again, I have some things in the background that we have to work out and work through. So it's going to be about, we coming back January 29th, bitch. We coming with the new moon energy. So I'm super excited. I will be coming back with the daily energy on our YouTube and for our nightly show. So until then, bitch, we just going to be skip to the Lou, my darling, with the tarot tea time. And I'm going to be just preparing for the reappearance. And so I'm super excited. We're going to be picking the spiritual exercises back up as well. Again, just got to get some things sorted out in the background, but I'm super, super, super excited, because I'm not going to lie. I miss, I love showing up for y'all in a way that I do. I love what I do. It's just became very, very, very overwhelming. And I just really was being called to a place of serenity to allow for the evolution to take place. And it's, like I said, we're coming back with the segments, but it's not going to look the same. Now that part, y'all going to have to wait and see. And y'all will see on January 29th what I'm talking about. So mark your calendars, because y'all will see exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to it not looking the same anymore. But I had to allow for it all to break down, for my vision to, it's like I had to zoom out. And it's interesting because remember I told y'all a few weeks ago, after my brother's funeral, or at my brother's, when I went down to Georgia for my brother's funeral, who was murdered, I was gifted his glasses. I was gifted his glasses that he was murdered in. And they're right here in my treasure chest where I have all my ancestral artifacts. And they're like covered in blood. And I have not worked with them yet. And when I was gifted these glasses, I was like, I knew that it was some deep connection to it in regards to vision. Because why would I, out of all of the things I could have gotten, out of all of the people who could have gotten things and did get things from him, why did I, Duüblé, get 2020 vision? Why did I get his glasses? My last 4 digits of my phone number is 2020. So it was just like, Ashe. And today I had a reading for one of our lovelies. Condolences to them again. But their son was murdered. And my brother called for me to put the glasses on to help channel, to give lovely some answers. And I had these glasses on. Well, I had it like on my person today. And it was just like today was like the fog was really cleared. Okay, you want to be here? Okay. The fog was really clear when today, when it comes to just my vision. And it was actually happening. The fog got cleared yesterday, honestly. And it's just all making so much sense. And I see things in a new light in regards to how I want to evolve or allow myself to evolve and show up. So again, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, because is it just me? Y'all be honest with me. I really asked for y'all feedback at this moment. Kyla said she got her bank dirt today. But is it just me, or was the vibe starting to shift? Was the vibe starting to shift when it came to when I cut the segments out? Like, it didn't feel the same. It didn't hit the same. And I was trying to adapt. I was trying to adjust, and I did the best that I could in the space that I was in. But the show was not really showing. And the message of the day that Brother Logas did when he was saying like spiritual business mistakes, that just spoke volumes to me when it comes to like, Duüblé, wake up. You see the shifts. You see, because business is businessing, the orders are ordering. But in regards to like just the energy when it comes to the show and our brand, it just started feeling like it was a disconnect happening, and I didn't like that. And by Brother Logas just having that spiritual lesson today, it just kind of like woke me up. It woke me up like, hold on, like we gotta get a grip. We gotta refocus. And let's see what we're gonna do. And then it just all began to literally fall in my lap and just fall into my consciousness. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Like, Ashe. So Yoga said it was definitely different. Masterpiece said very different, but we are here. I love y'all so much. I am not about to cry. What? For what? Kyla said it felt like a really good quickie. Like, really, I want some more. And y'all know it was always my desire to add value, to bring value and things like that. But again, it was just so much happening. It is so much happening right now. And I'm like, whoa! But it's okay. We talked about that mental fortitude that is going to be required. And I see how that is how I'm being called. Like, get that ass up, So I just wanted to update y'all with that. I didn't plan on telling y'all. I planned on popping up on the 29th, and because I was talking to my mom, and she was like, so you gonna tell the lovelies? And I was like, no, I would just pop up. But here I am. I told y'all my family. I love y'all so much, and I just couldn't keep the secret. So I hope y'all are as excited as I am. And we're now going to get into the actual message of the day. Even that wasn't hitting the same, because I'm like, bitch, what's the title? What's the title for a YouTube video? Y'all know we saved the lives, and like last night's live, the title say episode CMS episode 320 live collective reading and spiritual lesson. That is ghetto. What is that? So we definitely are coming with the message of the day. So let's go ahead and roll and fucking to it. Ashe, you said also meant to say January 29th starts Chinese New Year as well. Ashe. And this was definitely with that Aquarius energy, because I was just saying last night, the fall cleared after last night's live. So I was just saying last night that I can't wait till Aquarius season comes. I don't know what it's going to bring. I know it's going to bring unexpected changes. And I did not expect to be coming back with the segments. I thought I was going to be coming with new segments. And I'm still going to be expanding. There may be things that I, add in, sprinkle in, but they're going to be, it's going to be a standard. They're going to be certain things that we do by default. Right. So, I'm like just seeing it all come together. And I'm typically like a person where I like to jump the gun. As soon as I get a download, I do it. And my spirit was like, no, prepare. Go ahead and start getting the energy of the days written down and recording your videos so you could just roll them out and you could be ahead of the curve so you don't feel overwhelmed, right? Because we got to show up every day. I got to do what I got to do. 22, Duüblé, my life purpose. I have to walk in it. And I know that 22s have a very heavy calling, a very high calling. And this is what it looks like, But ultimately, I would rather this wait than any other. And so what Lil Wayne say, sorry for the wait, caught a foe coming soon. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into the message of the day. And the message of the day is, you won't believe this. You won't believe this. Because, and this is connected to what happened for me. All right. And I share it with y'all how everything just kind of like happened and came full circle. And I'm like, wow, wasn't expecting that one, but I'm super excited. Can't believe that we're finally back in this space. And We're expanding in ways that I've been waiting to expand or be able to rebuild in and things like that. And that is the collective message for you as well. There are some things that you are favored in that you don't even realize, that there are some doors that are literally, because what I'm seeing right now is you are so used to opening doors. You're so used to doing so much labor, and you're still going to have to work. You're still going to have to put the work in. You're still going to have to be intentional. It's not going to quote unquote get easier, but the divine is definitely going to be opening doors for you that you didn't even know were automatically opened. What I'm saying right now is somebody pressed the handicap. So, like when you go to some stores, they have the handicap button and you press it and the doors just automatically open for you. It's that kind of energy where there may just be something that clicks, a download that you get, a vision that you get. And some of you may even have like sleepless nights. This can be something that you dream of, and then you wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and you're freaking obsessed with the idea of getting this started, or, doing this thing, or rising in the morning so you can, have a clean slate. And so that's for everybody. I don't know what this is going to be specifically, because obviously this is collective energy and we all are working on different things, manifesting different things, being intentional in different ways. But these are doors that are opening that are unexplainable, things that you know are divine, things that you know are above you, things that you know are bigger than you, because these things feel like it's connected to something that you had to surrender, something that you had to release, something that you had little influence over, but your favor though. And this definitely connected to your purpose. This is something that is going to help you, bring in flow for you. Get down. Okay. But there were certain boundaries that had to be had, right? Juju's not allowed to be bouncing on the furniture and stuff anymore. No, your ass is staying down below, and so with this, as we are closing out this Capricorn energy, Capricorn is reminding us like, okay, you're setting these intentions. You're praying, you have these dreams, these aspirations, these goals, you have these desires. But as Capricorn is bowing out with grace, because y'all know we're officially in Aquarius season, right? The sun entered Aquarius today, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm fucking shaking. But Capricorn is like, don't forget to work hard. Don't forget, you get out what you put in. Don't forget the boundaries. Don't forget to say no, get the fuck down. Don't forget to say no, get the fuck back. Right? Don't forget to honor your boundaries. And those people who are rejecting you is for a divine reason. It's just these little things, that Capricorn, these karmic lessons that Capricorn brought for us, these hard lessons, this discipline, this sense of responsibility, and prioritizing those things that we say are important, that Capricorn energy bought us so we can forge ahead and create a life that we actually desire. And so now that it's clicking, especially being that we're moving into this Aquarius energy, it's the enlightenment. Is the enlightenment here, and thinking outside the box and ready to start anew, and thinking about the greatest and highest good of all, purpose related things. And how can I live on purpose? How can I talk on purpose? How can I walk on purpose? How can I show up? How can I expand? What can I do different? Okay, if I'm going to do the same thing, what twist can I put on it? How can I get more engagement? How can I interact or really connect deeper with those around me? That is the energy that we're now moving in. And it's like, okay, but there are certain boundaries that I need to have when it comes to just protecting my peace. When it comes to focusing on what I need to focus on, and just so I'm not distracted, so I'm not possessed and negatively influenced by the enemy, the inner me that tells me, hey, it's okay to sit back and chill and rest and receive. There is a balance that is needed, the duality. Okay, there are two sides of the infinity. All right. And so continue the work with the zeros, right? Continue. There will be times where you may feel a little tired. You may have to move some things around, but don't you get too comfortable. As I was getting dressed, I kept hearing the Alicia Keys "You Don't Know My Name" song. You don't know my name. And that song was pretty much about this guy that she was crushing on. And he used to come to her coffee shop and she was his waitress and she shot her shot. And he was digging her too, essentially. But at the end of the song, so with that, let's talk about that first. We're rolling into the tarot tea time, so I'm about to go ahead. Let me go ahead and start shuffling, right, as I talk. But with that, there are definitely some people, some places, some things that are definitely going to match your energy. So when it comes to you stepping out, when it comes to you putting yourself out there, when it comes to you shooting your shot, don't discount yourself. Don't disqualify yourself, because you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Angel in disguise. I also saw somebody watching somebody but not commenting. So you may not even know that it's somebody watching you. And this can be like you could be like a prospect when it comes to business or an offer, modeling or sports or business, whatever, like a position, spiritually and physically, and you not even knowing. You just showing up, you just doing you. And because I saw somebody on YouTube specifically, and somebody was in the video, somebody was watching the videos, because on YouTube, you know, like Instagram, TikTok, it tells you as the lovelies join. You're able to see who is in the room, right? But for YouTube, not so much. YouTube, it just tells you the number of people who are in the room, and it tells you the comments that, you know, whoever decides to drop a comment. And so I specifically saw the YouTube platform where somebody was watching, but you didn't know. You didn't know. They didn't comment, and you didn't even know when they entered the room here. So definitely just be very, and this can even have to do when it comes to children. You know, your kids, you may find, just be eavesdropping, or, you know, you doing stuff in the car and then you look back and they just staring at you and you're like, wow, like you really looking at me, like you're really watching me. Like I have to be intentional with my walk and talk here. But at the end of that Alicia Keys song, it was like this little melody that Lil Wayne took a sample of. Y'all ever heard the song Comfortable? To the left, if you want to leave, be my guest, you can step. Feeling irreplaceable, listen to Beyonce. Well, okay, I'll put you out on your beat day. Hey, now if you're rocking with Weezy, bedroom in a bank, baby, we safe. Come on, bank energy. Come on, Kyla, bank dirt energy. I got game like EA, okay, but don't play. Don't play. But that was they had a sample from that Alicia Keys song. I think the Alicia Keys song came out first, and so that Comfortable song sample was from Alicia Keys. But I heard both of those songs essentially, and the Lil Wayne song was about not getting too comfortable. Not getting too comfortable. Like Brother Logas said on the other day with the message of the day, when he was saying like how the business mistakes that we make when it comes to spirituality, the transformational mistakes that we make when we talk about spirituality, is this feeling of we have arrived, and reminding ourselves like, hey, we're going to always be re-arriving. We're going to always be leveling up. You know, we have a whole lifetime of work to do, you know, so don't get too comfortable. Enjoy where you are, embrace where you are, but always be open to change. Always be open to challenge. Always be open to innovation, you know, and pivoting when needed. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to tarot tea time. Damn, bitch. We just been rolling. Let me take a sip. Y'all go ahead and drop your hearts in the comments. May we synchronize our minds, bodies, spirits, hearts to open and receive what spirit has here for us. Ashe, Kyla. Peace, Kenyatta. Sheba. Ashe. Peace, blessed. And Lovely said something earlier about Graffiti said, I've been getting a bunch of downloads regarding my artistic goals. This message resonates. Ashe, I'm ready for it. Melanie said, we love you for all your dedication. Ashe. Masterpiece said, we need a past life collective reading. See, that's tricky. That's tricky. I can't do, well, I won't say I can't, but I haven't unlocked, I'll say, a way to do a collective past life, because we literally all had different past lives. Maybe they were similar in some way, shape, or form. I may have been in tech one lifetime. You may have been in tech one lifetime. But in regards to me telling you specifics of your life as a past life, as a collective, I think it won't be as focused and accurate when it comes to speaking to each individual soul, because I'm dealing with collective energy and we all had different paths and the details weren't exactly the same and things like that. So that one a little funny. But I think that doing like a past life spiritual exercise for sure, because I could guide you down that path. We could see a little thing, you know, and I could just guide you to see, you know, like we're gonna go to to this thing, or we're gonna go there, like go here, go left, go right. What do you see, you know, and guide you down that journey. That's something we can definitely do in the future when it comes to our spiritual exercises. But as far as the collective reading, that one get a little sticky icky. I say to y'all hearts. This is my song. What's playing right now is Find a Way by Duüblé. Find a fucking way. If there's a will, there's a way. I was hoping we could find a way. All right, let's see what we got here. Peace, Jasmine. And thank you for your order today, babe. Thank you for your order today. Your booking for your Healing the Past ritual. I see y'all hearts, I shade. So let's see what we got. Give me one. Or just give me the message for the collective hell. This is general, y'all. I want y'all to take what resonates, leave what does not. Bless said, heavy on the dedication. Ashe. I love y'all so much, man. I really, really do. And it brings me such a peace of mind just having the vision that I have and just seeing it all come back. And it's like, okay. 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 Like, we're good. All right. Coolio. All right. Let's see what we got here for the collective. All right, what's the perspective? We have false person. We have card number 8 here. Heavy on deception. Do not be deceived here. Don't let doubt deceive you. Don't let the enemy deceive you here. I am picking up on a Jezebel spirit, so that could be for some masculine or even some feminine energy. Some feminine energy too may is giving like I want to evolve my look and give like a more reserved but cute, classy kind of look. Not sure if somebody wears jeans a lot or wear like black a lot. And I'm just seeing somebody who wants to change their look. And this is the divine feminine where you want to like just look more like classy. Look more classy. And you may show a little cleavage, you know, show a little something, but it's like, or maybe not, you know, but it's just this, it's like this, what is it? What the song says? Swag mix. What is it? Guave, where you at? Guave, you here? What's the futuristic love? The swag mixed with flavor. Don't you like my flavor? Guave, where you at? But it's like, it's swaggy, but it's also classy. And I am seeing fedoras as well. So not sure if somebody want to add fedoras to their look. Divine Feminine said, yes, Ashe Underworld Reaper. And thank you, Underworld Reaper. Weren't you the lovely who donated to our GoFundMe recently? Thank you so much if that was you. And y'all, we still have our GoFundMe available for any love donations when it comes to rebuilding, because we still have a lot more things to do. I have been working with what we have when it comes to the crystal jewelry, but it is a lot that goes into it behind the scenes when it comes to like the variety of stones that we have, when it comes to the different types of stones that we have, when it comes to the crystal bracelets that we have, when it comes to just the spiritual tools as well. We still are, you know, slowly but surely working with what we have to rebuild. And so we are still accepting love donations to anybody who has it on their heart to bless us with offerings and donations towards our rebuilding. And to those of you who don't know, we had over about $200,000 worth of inventory, jewelry, spiritual sage, incense, figurines, crystals, over, I think it was about over 200, if I'm not mistaken, $1,000 worth of inventory stolen. And that was back in the summertime. And so we've been just slowly rebuilding, and I've been able to come up with, you know, I've been able to work with what we have, and, you know, we've been able to slowly get some things. But even when it comes to the oils, the lovely's like, what oil's that? Like, when y'all gonna have the back rat back in stock? And we like, well, we got bigger fish to fry, you know. So when the fish fry orders start coming in, then we can make something shake. But until then, we're trying to, you know, we're trying to work with what we have and expand on that. So thank y'all to all of y'all who have been placing y'all orders. And even if you don't do a love donation, your orders, you know, the orders that y'all place when it comes to the Florida water, the sage, the all of it, that those two are donations that go towards our rebuilding. So thank you again. Thank you. So back to the tarot tea time. How did I get to that? I don't know, but I say. So let's see here. What's up with this false person? False person and deception. We have main male here. Yes. So yes. Remember I said with this false person, do not be deceived by what you see or what you think is reality. And don't let that stop you from forging ahead. Don't let that stop you from being optimistic as well. Don't let that kill your joy here, because with this main male one card energy, this is speaking of a new cycle. This is speaking of a new beginning. And it's also speaking of that Leo energy, which is Leo is very joyful, very playful, very loyal to what it's loyal to, very protective over its assets, over its loved ones, and confident as well. Not sure if I said that, but with this false person, is something that may be in your way that's trying to stifle you, or something that's trying to get in your way here. So do not allow for, and it could be doubt, it could be a person, it can be something that somebody said that just has you like really thinking smaller, you know, or no longer considering something. And it's like, don't be deceived here. Don't be deceived here. So let's see what else we have. Somebody may be picking something back up that you didn't think you would, or you was told that you shouldn't for whatever reason, but it resonated with you. You knew that it was for you, but it's given very much like, if I can't do it, you can't do it kind of energy. And some of y'all really let that play on you because maybe you didn't feel confident, or maybe you didn't feel worthy. Maybe you didn't feel favored. Maybe it feels like a special case kind of scenario too. There may be something that happens for you that is very rare, that not everybody can get or do, you know. So this could be something that somebody didn't see for themselves or ever see, but God though, but your ancestors though. Like, it's given very much special order. It's given special order. We have bad health here. We have bad health here. So like I said, this false person, this main male, bad health. Okay, so with this card number 31, this is 4 energy, Aquarius transcendence. I spoke of this Aquarius energy that's coming in. And some of y'all as well, you may have been down bad. You know, you may have been really fighting different sicknesses, mental dis-ease, disorders, physical dis-ease as well, spiritual attacks and things like that. Some of you may have just been feeling drained, low on motivation, low on inspiration here. But I do see you just have to really be able to identify what this is, and you do that by just seeking, going into meditation, or just really listening to yourself and observing, like, okay, is what I'm doing working? What was I doing that was working that I'm not doing anymore? What do I need to reconsider? What do I need to pick back up? What habits, if it's breath work, if it's yoga, if it's creating something, if it's cooking, you know. Some of you are also bakers as well. I see somebody's baking business going off, going up. My daughter was watching the movie Up tonight, actually. So it's definitely this upward motion here. We do have episode 321. We are on episode 321, and that's 33, Christ consciousness energy here. So let's see. We done with this one. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have toil and labor. Like Capricorn said, what you working on? Work hard, play hard. And a lot of us are like, bitch, I'm tired of working hard. And it's like, well, this is a part of the game. Building the ultimate empire be like. Building generational wealth be like. Being an entrepreneur be like. Being sovereign be like. So it's a part of it, but it's definitely gonna pay off, and you're gonna be able to enjoy life. You're gonna be able to enjoy yourself. You're gonna be able to enjoy the fruit of your labor, but you just have to put in the labor, you know. And there may be something that you're paying in advance, because I remember it was a season in my life where I was pretty much working for free. I'll just say it that way. I was working for free. And it was kind of frustrating, because I was like, okay, I get it, but like, where is my money, bitch? But I just was faithful. I was like, okay, I know that essentially I'm just like paying it forward. I know I'm paying it forward. And then that's when I worked for free for months. But it was interesting because it was like I got paid, but then I started working for free. So it was like, in a sense, like the universe paid me in advance because I got paid sooner than I should have got paid, and then I stopped getting paid. And so it was like, okay, so I had gotten advancement, but then I was working a lot, and I won't get paid. And it was like, okay, now where is my money, bitch? Like, okay. And then things began to flow, and my money started money, and I started getting paid again. And so there could be some energy where it's like, right now you may just feel like you're putting in a lot of work, and you're like, where is the freaking payoff? Where is my paycheck? Can I get my paycheck now? Like, I want same days. Can I get my tips today? Can I gotta wait 2 weeks, and just continue to be persistent, continue to be patient, continue to be purposeful, and just remember, like we talk about, like I remind us every so often, continue to make your deposits. Continue to make your deposits. Continue to move in gratitude, knowing that you're covered down the road. You may just be being, your character may be tested right now. Your faith may be tested right now. Your will may be tested right now. Right? So, let's see what we got. Okay, we have trauma bond in reverse. I love this here. Oh, I love this. So with this trauma bond in reverse, this is definitely, some of y'all may find that people are acting more funny. People may be showing their true colors here with this false person. Somebody's true colors may be revealing themselves because you have been focusing on self, because you have been clearing negative energy out, because you have been praying like, Lord, may you reveal my enemies. May you remove things that no longer serve me, people who don't have my best intentions at heart. If you can remove them, or if you can show them, if you can reveal them or remove them, I need you to do that, right? And so some of y'all have been praying for that, and that's been happening. And with this trauma bond, it is something that does not resonate with you anymore. And so it does feel like the trash is taking itself out. The trash is taking itself out here. Okay, so there may be some acceptance that need to happen. And you may be wondering, like, why is so-and-so acting funny? Or why isn't so-and-so reaching out? Because so-and-so and you do not have the bond that y'all once had. Okay, the contract has been broken. Somebody just recently did a cut and clear this past full moon and been feeling super better. Somebody's been doing better with their boundaries as well. This could be an energy where y'all had a toxic bond where you was like so on and off, cat and mouse chasing, runner kind of energy. What is it? Avoidant. And what's the other one? Avoidant and the codependent kind of dynamic here. But it was just like somebody was just not on the same page. Yeah, we have lost. We have lost here. And with this loss, this is interesting because like some of y'all were literally draining your energy, wasting your energy on something that was not helping you in any way, shape, or form. It really wasn't. And so with this loss, it does feel like it's their loss. It's their loss. Somebody may be missing you like crazy, and they may be trying to act cool, like they cool, but they are really hurt inside because they knew you were a good one. They knew you had a good heart. They knew you. Whoever I'm talking to, this is somebody who is reliable. This is somebody who is responsible. This is somebody who moves with integrity. This is somebody who is honest. This is somebody who is like the life of the party. This is somebody who is like a safe space. And somebody just didn't honor you or respect you for who you were, who you are, and what you brought, what you bring. And so with this loss, it's like some of y'all you have chosen or you're choosing, like, you know what? I am no longer about to beg you. I am no longer going to beg you to give me my flowers. I am no longer waiting for you to see yourself and take accountability here. Like, I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave. Okay? And I'm going to go find myself. I'm going to go create. I'm going to go find my tribe. I'm going to go find people who want to create and build and do life with me. But I'm not about to keep going around the mountain. Here she come, head ass. And so there could be some sentiment there. There could be some energy invested here. But somebody they already picked their poison. Somebody picked their poison here. And you over here, yeah, because we have the bad health. Don't forget. Somebody picked their poison. And you over here like, fuck this bed. Yes, because it's given like, like when you don't feel good And you may, energetically, you may just be so tired. So you just want to like lay in bed all day. You want to lay in bed. You don't have the energy to get up and take a shower. You don't have the energy to get up and even hydrate. You don't have the energy to get up and like just get out the bed. But you know that you sitting in bed is not going to make it any better. That's the energy when it comes to something. Some of y'all are like, you like it here? You could stay here, but I'm getting the fuck up out of this bed. It smelled like cold. It smelled like sick people in the room. And I want out. So I see that exit sign right there, and I'm low on energy, or I'm low on motivation, or I'm low on faith, or I'm low on funds, or I'm low on something. I don't know really what's on the other side, but I do know that this room it stinks. This room is tight. This room is heavy, and I want out. I want out. But somebody's like, somebody likes, because I'm seeing somebody in their bed. I'm seeing a deathbed, but this could be just where somebody is choosing to stay, where they're like avoiding the death and the transformation, you know, spiritually here. And they, it's like a nurse keep checking in, checking in, checking in. So this can be somebody may need some more healing. You know, this doesn't mean that necessarily they want to stay there either. They may just not be ready. And that's fair to say too. They may just not be ready. They may just not have that willpower. They may just not have that spiritual connection like you do, that access like you do, that courage like you do. They may not be ready to face their fears and pay their karmic debt. They may still be screening calls, you know? They don't want to make payment arrangements. And again, that is okay. But Spirit's calling for you to go ahead and do what you need to do, so you no longer miss out on what's here for you now. Peace, love, the homemade. We have fine print. So this is speaking of a contract or some kind of a letter of recommendation I'm getting. Somebody may be getting a letter of recommendation or referral or something like that. It does feel like it's a middleman. I'm not sure if somebody knows, if it's like somebody that you know that knows somebody and they plug you in, or you the plug. But it's giving like a three-way kind of situation with a middleman and somebody like bringing help. So this could even be a guardian angel or something here too. But with this fine print, it reads, the fine print must contain clear and conspicuous disclosure of important terms as required by law. Read contracts before signing. So again, sacred contracts. Sacred contracts. You choose, like, you committing, like, you know what? This is what I'm being called to do. And again, I'm not going to screen the calls anymore. I'm going to walk in my karma. I'm going to walk in my dharma, you know, my purpose. And I know it may be a little challenging. I know it's going to require a certain level of discipline. You know, I'm going to have to walk on a fine line, you know, and have certain barriers, certain boundaries in place. But I'm going to do what's necessary. Ashe Graffiti. We have playing the part. We have playing the part. So again, some of y'all are going to be taking on a new position here or reclaiming. It's like giving reclamation energy. Reclamation of power. Reclamation of thrones. Like, I did say that that throne was that seat was a little too big. But you know what? I'm going to allow myself to grow. I will grow into that seat. I did say those shoes were a little too big. Because those shoes were mine. But they were big because there's room for me to grow. But it's okay. I'm going to fill the side with some tissues. I'm going to put some tissue on the toe. I'm going to put on 5 pairs of socks. I'm going to figure it out. But I'll take my big shoes. I'll take them. I'll take them because these shoes hurt. The other day I wore some sneakers that I ain't wearing in 2 years, and bitch, my toes was like this. I said, I know my feet ain't grow. They didn't. I still wear 8.5. But I said, why is my toes like that? Literally, y'all. And it was to the point where I was trying to like kick the heel back. You know how you try to kick the heel back to give a little breathe in the toe? That ain't even work. I said, no fucking way. How was I wearing these shoes 2 years ago? How? So some of y'all like that was, bitch, these shoes hurt. And there was a season where you had to walk barefoot, where you had to root yourself. And some of us may be in that season right now. Bitch, the no limit soldier toes. Okay? Them ancestors' feet. Them hard heels. Them cracked heels, bitch. You know, walking on concrete, on the rocks. Very challenging, rough, tough season, going without. Right? Having to feel the instability of our foundation and then create on top of that. And now Spirit's like, okay, you want these shoes? And some of us are so used to suffering. Some of us are so used to being in this low space. Some of us are so used to being cracked and broken or rejected or abused. And it's like, to the point where we're like accepting where we are. Like, well, my feet has hardened. I could continue to walk on these. You know, I don't need the shoes. It's okay. I may do where I am. I've accepted where I am, and it's okay. And Spirit's like, well, okay, but the shoes are here. You got the big shoes, you got the little shoes, and you have the bare feet. So what do you choose? Because you're going to definitely need to make sure you do what you know to do to align with your purpose. Get clear. What is your life path number? What does that mean? Your birth chart. Let's go ahead and study that deeper. Cartomancy, whatever those things are for you. Because, baby, this floor that we walking on, this ground that we walking on in year 9 is preparing us for this upcoming 9 years. This upcoming 9-year cycle. And this floor that we walking on, bitch, it's sharp. It got the knives. Okay, we got fire patches over here. You know, we got snakes over there. Bitch, we need our gator boots. Gator boots. What up, them dog Gucci suits? And some of us, you know, it's like we faking it till we make it. Ain't looking like what we've been through. Don't look like what we going through. Some of us barely making ends meet financially, but nobody could tell because you're still, you know, taking care of yourself. Your bills still getting paid, you know. You may have like a decent car. Your house may be clean. You got like little nice things that you've had maybe over time, over years and things like that. But right now you might be really struggling, right? Got a quarter tank of gas in my new E-Class with the escalator, but I ain't got no gas, right? And some of y'all didn't even have nobody to ask for help. So you really it's been hard. Like, I don't have nobody who I can like lean on in the physical realm. Like, yo, you know, because we all trying to make it, or I always get blackmailed, or, you know, it always backfires in some way, shape, or form. And I don't want to feel like a burden to nobody. You know, I don't want nobody to know what I'm going through. And so you've just been making ends meet the best way that you can. And so again, you gonna fill the shoes, or you gonna put on the ones that have your toes gnarled. The choice is yours. Or you can continue to walk barefoot and really cut yourself up. Okay, now then you gotta heal. You gotta do more healing and more healing. And it's like, if you don't get your ass, if you don't skedaddle, you said Rolls Royce on E. No facts. And then you go fill up the tank. You only got $10. Like, dang, I really want to fill it up. I need to fill it up because I got 25 miles to empty, but I didn't also only got $10. You know, so it's a struggle here. But again, the pushing through and remembering, like I said with the Capricorn, like, don't forget, you want to play hard, but are you working hard? You know? Are you evolving your perspective when it comes to how you show up, or what you can create, or what you need to do, what you need to focus on? How can you approach your rituals differently? How can you approach your meditations differently? How can you approach your business, your work in a way that is going to help you with creating or even maintaining, you know, the energy that you desire? So we about to close out, y'all. Oh, I'm going to close out with an Orisha card. If y'all want a personal reading or any personal services, don't forget 20% off CrystalineMars.com. CrystalineMars.com for any of your personal rituals and services. 20% off. So let's see. I'm going to get one. He said overdraft that bank account. We're going to get some gas. I say it, but then you're also in that never-ending hole. But here we go. Crown of Oshun. So the freedom abundance here. Sweet Life Manifesto. Y'all book your Sweet Life Manifesto in honor of Oshun. The Oshun in you. But it reads, the crown of Oshun radiates beauty, love, and abundance. It invites you to embrace self-love, attract prosperity, and open yourself to joy and emotional healing. And I do want to pull a affirmation that we leave with. So I need y'all to, the affirmation for tonight that we're going to speak aloud is, I am stronger than I ever thought possible. Your strength is being tested. I just opened up to card number 8 and the strength tested. We have the 8 card that came out with the false person, you know, and this strength tested as Leo energy. And remember I said the 1 card was the Leo energy, and it's like, come on, you know. So I am stronger than I ever thought possible. Y'all leave that down below in the comments. Thank y'all for sharing this space. But I'm now about to go ahead and turn the cameras over so we may get into our spiritual lesson of the night, y'all. And I'll see y'all in the comments. Peace and love. Ashe. Ashe melanated. Ashe, ashe. I love y'all. What's that? Tourmaline? Ashe.
Peace, family.
Grace. Ready or not? Okay.
Peace, family. Today's Today's spiritual lesson is charge versus vibration. A charge versus a vibration. Now, and they do work hand in hand, because wherever there's a vibration, there is a charge, and wherever there's a charge, there's a vibration, right? When you're dealing with charges and vibrations, you're talking about electromagnetism. This is what you're talking about, right? Now, I'm still trying to gain a greater understanding of this electromagnetism, right? It can be challenging because what they explain to you in the mainstream, they don't really give you the real. And a lot of the scientists, they don't know the real. And there are some scientists who do know the real, but they don't really share it. So it's hard to get the real information, right? So you got to tap in. Hopefully you come across some great information, as well as some experimentation, as well as some intuition. You got to just dabble into it all, right? But when it comes to a charge has to do with, okay, you think charge, you think ion, right? There is a solar company called Ion Solar. Why do they call it ion? Ion means charge. That's what it represents. The word, that's what So even when you say, relationship, the shun, the ION, the charge, right? Companion, celebration, right? There's that ion on there, that charge. It's charging the word, right? It's giving it a direction. Right, vacation, right? And you come to find that words that have that ion on it tend to give some type of invigoration, right? And some type of it charges up just thinking about it, right? So the ion's a charge. Now, ion could be a positive charge or a negative charge. It can go into either direction, right? If my understanding is correct about that. Now, vibrations, like I said, they still have a charge. Right, but it's some things. Let me change that. Vibrations, they still have electricity involved in them, right? But you could say that certain things they're not charged. They're balanced, electricity and magnetism. So it gives off no charge. Therefore, it's not giving off any. It's not shooting any electrons. Right, and it's not taking any electrons, right? I believe like when you have like electricity or lightning, I believe it's when it's like an overabundance of electrons. I believe that's what happens. Or maybe it's a overabundance of protons. I can't remember which one, but it's overabundance of one of the two, and that's what caused the electrical charge, right? Because basically it's trying to balance itself back out. Ashe. So I have this conductive test pen that I just got in. I really got it in to use for my grounding mat, just to make sure that my grounding mat was operating at the level it's supposed to be operating. I could already feel the effects of the grounding mat, so I know that it was working. I know that it was on, but to make sure that it was at the proper charge, I put this on my grounding mat. But then I also tested other things that I have to see, because we know that the stones give off a vibration. We know that the coppers and the metals have a charge, right? But what's the difference? Are they, because we kind of sometimes use these words interchangeably, vibrations and charges and things like that. Like, so I want to like understand a little bit further. So like what I have on now, I have on a zinc screw of some sort, right? Wrapped in copper, the copper that we have, right? Duüblé wrapped it for me, and then shungite, right? Shungite, which I believe is high in iron, right? But it's an electrical stone. So when I put this on here, right, it lights up.
Oh, wow.
Whether I put it on our necklaces, it lights up, right? Y'all can see that. Whether I put it on the wire that's wrapped on here, it lights up. Whether I put it on the zinc part, it lights up. Whether I put it on the shungite, it lights up, which lets you know that is legit shungite, because shungite has a charge, right? You could use it as a battery essentially, right? So we know it has a charge. I do it on my skin, I don't get that. Yeah, I get it on my, we'll see. Nope, no, I don't get that, right? But if I use a shot other stones like selenite now we use selenite as a charging stone, right? It's like a charging, cleansing type of stone, right? But when we put this on it, we don't get a charge. We don't get a charge. Now I'm not saying that because there's no charge. I'm not saying that there's no charge to it. No, because trust me, I have to be careful with selenite. Like when I'm doing like meditation or something, I can't do a whole. I would love to put a bunch of selenite around me. I have like a whole bag, but when I do that, I end up getting like inflammation in certain areas that get uncomfortable, right? So it definitely has a vibration to it. It definitely has a strong vibration to it, right? And it does create some sort of a charging effect, but it's definitely not at the level that the copper is. So now you understand by seeing it light up, you understand how powerful it is to have copper. I know we say copper's charging and everything, but I don't think we really understand it until you see the electricity coming off of it.
Ashe.
Right? And now I'm wearing three things at once that are all charging. They all charge by themselves. You wear them at the same time. Think about how strong of a electric field that's happening around me, right? Because I definitely feel it, and it took me about over 24 hours to really get used to it. I'm still kind of getting used to it, right? Here, this is a what do they call it? Organite piece, right? Now it has charging energy in it. It has shungite. It has copper in it, right? But as far as a direct touch, right, we're not getting any charge. So that does let you know that this what is this called? This poly or whatever that it's in does seem to affect that charge, right? Got raw tourmaline. Right, we're not getting any light up, right? We got some garnet, some semi-polished garnet. We're not getting any light ups, right? We got another piece of shungite. Little black piece right there. Hold on, there we go, boom. Light up. So we do know that it's working properly, right? I have this turquoise piece here. There is no light up on the turquoise, which is semi-raw. But then when I put on the copper part, boom, it lights up, right? That's how important these metals are, right? This one's like a brass. It's a brass bracelet, charge, right? This is stainless steel, charge, right? So now you have an understanding how powerful metals are, how powerful the metals are, right? They actually have their own charge. Not only do they conduct charges, not only can you travel the charges from one location to another, they actually have their own charge to themselves. This is why it's why certain types of cultures and people are so into the golds, the silvers, the coppers, the steels, and the brasses, right? Well, I don't know if the brass might be like a newer thing, because brass is a combination of, I believe, copper and zinc, right? Which is powerful, because actually that's what you want to ingest in your body. You want to get what's it called? Was it copium? Copium amounts, I believe that's the word, of zinc. But with that, you also want to get copper. But with that, you also want to get iron, right? So with your zinc, you want to definitely have the copper with it, because it creates a balance inside the system. But with your copper, you want to have iron with it, because it creates a balance inside the system. Iron and copper go together. So when you're taking a bunch of iron, but you're not getting copper in with it, your body's not going to use a lot of that iron. You're taking in copper, right? Or you're even wearing copper, but you don't have enough iron, it creates an imbalance, right? You're taking in zinc, but you're not getting the copper to go along with it, it's creating an imbalance. Okay. So these are the things to think about, things for you to bring to light and understand. See, the stones themselves, do they have a vibration? Yes. Will they stimulate when they're next to you? Yes. But that vibration is limited. It's limited. So you want a metal that has a charge to it. Because we wonder, like, how does a copper charge? People, we understand that it charge, but how does it charge? Because it holds its own charge. Hashay. So that's today's spiritual lesson. So we'll go into the Q&A or any spiritual clearings. Hashay.
Ashe. I appreciate the demonstration. That was cool. Bring the charger in here so it's fast charge.
What's the charge on this?
My phone, that one should be good. Yeah, that one's good. It's been charged about it.
Peace over to YouTube. Appreciate all the likes, shares, subscribes, and the super chats, and peace over to the OGs on IG. Ashe. Let's see. Underworld Reaper says, need to know the stone that lights up. That's a shungite. 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 Right. So if you order any shungite, and actually we need to start making some pieces with shungite. We're definitely brainstorming some ways to bring more electrical currents to our pieces, so that you get a bigger boost. Right, the copper is a boost, right? But to bring a bigger boost to it, we want to start doing some other things with bringing in more elements to it all. Ashe. Beloved divinely, I'm stronger than I ever thought possible. Ashe. Okay, there's a lot of people saying that. Gotcha. Connecting with life that's already connected, then pushing to the limits. Ashe. Thunder is charged. Everything. Ashe. Ashe. But that's why I have these three particular elements, though, because it's like in my body, we need the zinc, we need the copper, we need the iron. Well, that's just technology. I told you food is technology, right? So this is the food on the outside doing the same thing, giving me my copper, my zinc, and my iron. Ashe. Because it's hard lately in Australia to find proper materials that can help. Ashe, I understand. You want to make sure your shungite comes from Russia. That's the only place that I know of that has actual shungite. Let's see. Majine said I didn't know copper was powerful like that. Ashe, it is, right? It is, but you know, it's one thing to talk about it, but to demonstrate it, you know, it's a whole nother thing, right? Of course, we should want to get to the point to where I can put this on my skin and it lights up. That's the next goal, right? To put this on the skin and it lights up. Right? When I achieve that, I'll let you guys know. So that's dope, says Graffiti Ashe. Are our bodies polarized? I mean, we do have a North Pole and a South Pole. Yes, we do have that. Because we have an electromagnetic field like everything else does. Everything has an electromagnetic field. That's how the particles stay together and create solid figures through an electromagnetic field, which is what? It's the dance between electricity and magnetism, right? And where there's an electromagnetic field does not just go in a circle. It does not go in a circle. If you want to know what it looks like, a good indication what an electromagnetic field looks like, just look up on Google. Can I do it on here? I'll flip this upside down. Where's my phone at? Oh, right here. If we Google the electromagnetic field of the Earth, let's see. Earth's electromagnetic field. And we go to images. All right. Here is a simplified version how it protects us from the sun, but look at that. See the Earth? See how its electromagnetic field springs out on both sides? See that? How it springs out on both sides. And there's a pole on the north and the south. See, there's a North Pole and South Pole, right? That electromagnetic field cannot exist if there's not a North Pole and a South Pole, right? The same thing is how our electromagnetic field looks like. It comes out, but it's more, you got to think about it. You're looking at this from like a left to right thing. It's actually, it's a 360. So imagine that there's a hole going around your crown where everything can go in, where the knowledge of the universe can come in, where the downloads come in, and it shoots out around. It shoots out around, and does the same thing somewhere at the bottom. I believe where the root chakra is, right? Like between the anus and the genitals, right? Boom, that's the South Pole, right? And there's a gap there. There's a gap there where, and it goes around like that. It's these two like circular, ovular, or elliptical shaped energies going. Not two, it's actually 360 going all the way around this electromagnetic field. And where the poles are, that's your hole in the ozone layers, right? To an extent, right? That's a hole in your ozone layers, right? That's where. So when they talk about the hole in the ozone, it's natural to have a hole at the North Pole and at the South Pole because that's how the electromagnetic field works. At the same time, there is supposed to be a certain barrier that does protect that natural electromagnetic hole, you can call that, in my opinion, I would call that your aura. What's the human aura? A human aura is the microbacteria that floats around you. That's your aura energy, right? And there's a concentration of that aura bacteria at the top and at the bottom to protect the poles, because there's a gap in between, right? Everything else is highly protected by the electromagnetic field, except for those two gaps. Where do we see this depiction in movies? Think of Star Wars. Remember, what was that? What's that ship that gets? It's like that big ship that looks like the moon. The Star Wars, the Death Star. I believe that's what it's called. Right, you got the right, you got the Death Star, right? The Death Star, and then how they exploded the Death Star by finding there was a weakness in the Death Star, and they found that little weakness, blew up the whole thing. And it's like, well, why would they put that one weakness? Why not just cover everything up? Because it represented the electromagnetic field of a planet where there's a gap, where there's a weak point, right? So it was a movie, cosmic, sci-fi depiction of how the electromagnetic field works and how it has, its weak point, and how it has its weak point. Shay. And all the little ships that were protecting the Death Star. The Death Star was the main focus that had the biggest energy, but it still had all these little ships. That's the microbacteria. Or maybe we call it the macrobacteria since it's on the outside. I don't know. Right? But it's the bacteria that floats around your electromagnetic field. And since all conscious, they're literally flying around trying to protect you, especially trying to protect where the gaps are, your ozone layers are, the hole in the ozones are. So when your aura is compromised, it makes it easier for you to be what's it called? To be a spirit jump, to be possessed. It's easier for you to be possessed. It's easier for beings to hop inside of your mind and take control or manipulate and influence you when your aura is weak. When your aura is weak, and when your aura is unhealthy. Because when it's unhealthy, just like when your body is unhealthy, the cells don't know what to do, and they become cancerous, and they just end up doing their own thing, right? Same thing happens with the bacteria in your aura. They end up becoming cancerous in a sense, and they get drunk and they get high. They're just off their rocker and not doing their job, right? The electromagnetic field is the electromagnetic field, but it also gets compromised through cell phones and computers and all those types of things, technologies, right? So how do we make up for that? Well, if we have an electromagnetic field stabilizer, right? How do I know that this is not only by the charge that we did, right? Not only by the elements that are in these things, but how did I know? Why did I know to do this? Because when you see this YouTube people who have gardens and they put copper poles with zinc screws on them, and they create like a little fence around their garden, it repels pests. so they don't have to put pesticides on their crops. It creates an electromagnetic field, uh, um, uh, force field that pushes out the pest. The pest can't handle the vibration. They can't handle the vibration. Just like if you were to wear this, at first it would be difficult for you to handle it. Now imagine a little bitty bug trying to handle that. It's too disorienting. It's too disorienting, right? So then imagine, you wearing this, right? I wonder how effective this would actually be against like mosquitoes and things like that when I'm walking around. We'll see when it gets, warmer, right? We do get some mosquitoes around this area, so it'll be a good good experiment. Shay Underworld Weeper. Let me go over to the YouTube real quick, see what they had to say. So yes, our bodies are polarized, Ariana. Graffiti, another spiritual science lesson with Logas Sis. I was going to ask about your necklace piece, but the lesson answered already. Would definitely purchase from the site. 10 out of 10 Ashe. Yes, we probably. I mean, we're gonna do something with this. It's gonna look, nicer than this one, right? This was just a personal piece that I just kind of on the whim was like, cause I was creating this grid, for our home, and I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to have. Let me put that on. Let me put that on, and then this is what we created so far. But we'll create a much stylish piece, a much more stylish piece. But be on the lookout that pretty soon. We'll have that on the site, right? And then we might probably do it. And actually, I'll probably do it with other pieces as well. Other stones, not just have these three, but then also have another stone to go along with it, so that now you're magnifying whatever that stone is, right? Because it's not just about looking nice, right? It's really about application. Piece of Sheba Bay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna need on like it with the lava stone and dragon bloodstone. Ashe. I need to actually. I don't have any like raw lava stone. I need to see if the lava stone has a charge to it. I would like to know that one. So, what are the physical? Majine says, what are the physical, mental, and emotional benefits of ingesting and wearing powerful metals? Right. Well, of course, you want to get organic metals when you're ingesting, right? These are not organic metals. These are inorganic metals, right? But then you have your organic metals. So that you can get, different supplements that have the organic zincs, the organic coppers, the organic irons, the organic carbons, all those things are organic gold, organic silver, whatever. Those are organic. So that means that, you're essentially living. They're essentially living metals, right? And the different metals do different things, but they are the necessary charging components for your body to do certain things, right? Zinc, I know, is very powerful when it comes to helping your body to create testosterone, right? Iron is going to charge the blood and allows you to absorb more oxygen. It allows you to utilize more oxygen when you are breathing. So it's not just, because you can breathe all day, but if you don't have enough iron in the blood, a lot of that iron ends up going to waste. Right? Ashe. The copper, I'm not too sure what the copper specifically does in the body. I'm not too sure about the copper. And as far as wearing them, it's going to charge the body. Sometimes in this case, it's going to create an electromagnetic field, right? It's going to magnify certain properties. um, I can feel like I've been feeling my, I think it's my kidney. It feels like my kidney, my left one. It's been kind of like every once in a while, it'll like start kind of like aching. It'll start aching, right? So it's letting me know that there's a weakness there, as well as it's more than likely it's probably stimulating and trying to and it's not healing, but it's giving my body enough charge to heal that area is what I'm thinking is happening, right? At least it's telling me that that's where the weakness is. If anything else, is at least saying that, hey, that needs some healing. So then I might, need to then do something with my diet to help that, right? I think it's my kidney that I'm feeling. Then you like sometimes I feel it in my jaw a little bit, like in my face a little bit, like around here. Um, there's some other like place I can't quite remember, but it kind of moves around. It moves around. But I do know the most achiest part was like my left kidney.
This is for Majane's question when you get to it, in case you wanted to test it out. You see it on YouTube.
Okay, Shay. As well as, okay, what does it do for you? Mentally, it's going to give you more clarity. See, like my son, I've been trying to find the proper combination of spiritual work, of diet, or nutrition, I should say, of nutrition, of exercise, of mentality, to allow him to compete in sports at his optimal efficiency, right? Now he's not. He one thing he lacks, like that I have naturally, because I have that. I'm an Aries, so I'm just a, like, I don't care how tired I am. I don't care how hurt I am. I don't care how scared I am or how nervous. I just go hard. I just go hard, right? He's a Pisces though. He does have some Aries in his chart, but he's a Pisces, so the Aries has to be activated, and I've activated it before. Sometimes it randomly activates. It's usually like a mental thing that we activate, right? But I was like, how do I'm trying to figure out how do I keep it there? How do I, call upon it every time, right? And because it very rarely comes out. Um, and I started to associate it or think about it. I think he has something. Well, I felt that if I could get his energy at the right level, at a high level, high balanced level, then I think it will come out naturally. And actually, that's what ended up happening. And that's what we did. We also did some spiritual things as well that we could talk about another time to add on to it. But we got, and we also did some balancing, inflammation, detoxing things as well, right? On top of that, but I got the chemistry right. I got the chemistry right, and with that chemistry right, it allowed him to mentally focus. So then he was mentally felt strong, and the anxieties and the worries that he usually would have when playing sports goes away. But I've noticed that too in my life. Whenever you're feeling your best and you're playing a sport and you're feeling tip top shape, you're feeling tip top energy, you don't feel the anxieties or the worries or the concerns or the nervousness or the fears. They tend to go away, right? So when you have the proper charge, it makes it easier for those things to go away. Now, like I said, I'm still getting used to this. I've only had this thing for about, a little over 24 hours. So I am still getting used to it. My body is still acclimating to it, right? But it is helping my charge, though, I will say that. And that also goes for the emotions as well. You feel, they say you look better, you feel better, right? Well, if you feel better, you'll think better, you'll operate emotionally way better. You'll be able to digest your experiences way better. Yeah, I'm gonna check the Lobstone Underworld Reaper. If I already used my scrap metals of copper and different metals, could I make something similar? Yeah, you definitely could. You definitely could. Right. Now, I will say this, even though, the metals have the charge, but, I don't know what's the different levels of charge. I know. I would have to get a different type of reader, which I think is like a millimeter or something like that. is like that I have to get to find out what level are the charges. So that'll be something that I'm going to grab soon as well, so I can get the actual read of how much the charges. All right. What do Thunderbird eggs bring in the power place of stones? I am not familiar with Thunderbird eggs, Underworld Reaper. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Ashe. Aura is the force, says Graffiti. Ashe. Aura is the force. Aura, I wouldn't necessarily call it the force, but electromagnetic field is your force. The electromagnetic field is more of your, I would say, is more of your force, right? And when you're able to manipulate and control that, that's how you push and pull things, right? That's telekinesis. That's telekinesis. Moving things with your mind, that's telekinesis. That's literally, you're just controlling your own electromagnetic field. That's Magneto. That's what Magneto does. He's just controlling electromagnetic field, right? Why couldn't you control your own electromagnetic field when you have an electromagnetic field? If you're giving off an electromagnetic field, it makes sense that there's ability to control it. If your heart beats naturally, there has to be a way to control your heartbeats, which people are able to control their heartbeats. You're able to control your lungs. People are able to control their organs when they practice. So why would I be any different when it comes to electromagnetic field? There's nothing magical. The body is not as magical as you think it is. It's at the same time, the body is very magical. The body's not as magical as you think it is, as far as the things that are depicted that superhumans can do, right? It's not really that magical. At the same time, the body's more magical than people realize it is, based off of the genetics. If activated, what you could actually do, right? The body can actually do more things than we've been able to put into movies. It can do things way more outrageous than what even we've been able to imagine in movies, right? Because and how could it not, when our genetic code has a unfathomable amount of data in it, right? And also and well, I'll talk about that another time. Death Star, yes, susceptible. I say. I wonder if loose change offers electromagnetic protection. Does it offer the electromagnetic protection? I would say it definitely would. It should boost your electromagnetic field, right? Which would make sense why we're getting away from. We got away from gold. We got away from coins, basically, right? Getting away. Even the dollar is made of is it wool or cotton? I can't remember. But here's a quarter. That's a quarter. Here's a penny. Right? Here's a dime. Okay, so there's an electrical charge in the coins. You so hyper focused that you're actually using your electromagnetic field in a way and you're concentrating your electromagnetic field. You're not just letting it do its thing naturally. You're actually concentrating your electromagnetic field to push a thing, right? That's how they've shown that using sound waves, which is just an electromagnetic field manipulators. They showed how individuals have been able to build whole stone cities by themselves just by using sound, and the sound is creating an electromagnetic field, which is offsetting the electromagnetic field of the stones, the super heavy stones, and now they become light as a feather. Light as a feather. Now, don't we want the heart to become light as a feather? Isn't that what Ma'at's about? So wouldn't it make sense? Is becoming light as a feather purely just a mindset, or is it also a vibration? A vibration has to do with how powerful is your electromagnetic field. Because if your electromagnetic field is booming enough, you'll become light as a feather. You'll be able to fly. Right? Well, no wonder we're moving towards digital currency and less protection, right? That's definitely a part of it. That is a part of the process, right? But there's positive and negatives to everything. There's positive and negatives to everything, right? There's a certain freedom that comes with digital currency. There's a certain enslavement when it comes to digital currency, right? I tell my son all the time, if you are a free person, if you're mentally free, then you're a slave to your responsibilities, right? If you're free of responsibility, then you're a slave to someone else's ideas, to someone else's choices, right? So you got to choose which one you're going to be free to, right? And then in turn, you're choosing what you're going to be, enslaved to. Ashe. Let's see. Do we have anything else here? Ashe. It's all in your chest. Ashe Underworld. All right. So it looks like I got to everybody. So I think we'll go ahead and call it a night. And we'll say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Hold up, Graffiti got something. Graffiti says, so vibrations deal in sound-based tone and frequency, and charge has to do more on light. All vibrations have a charge. It's just that but certain vibrations have it's whether it's a balanced charge or if it's a positive or negative charge. A positive or negative charge, like these metals here and this shungite, are going to send energy, which I guess this will be a negative charge, I think. I'm not really sure. They're going to send energy out. Why? Because they have an abundance of electrons. Or maybe it's vice versa. It's abundance of protons. I'm not really sure. But it's abundance of one or the other, and it's sending them out. I'm thinking it's electrons. So then it sends it out, creating more charges to whatever it's connecting to. Now, let's say like the stones, some of the stones, have charges to them, but it's just not strong enough to be picked up. You have a charge to you, but it's just not strong enough of a charge to be picked up on this pen. Right, so that's something to think about. But if you go get I think it's a millimeter, I think it was called the millimeter machine, you can measure the charge that's going through you. You can measure that charge, right? But it's not really, I don't think you're really supposed to have much of a charge. That charge is really I think it's more of actually it's not even a charge, more like a radiation. It's a radiation charge, which is different. The difference between an electrical charge and a radiation charge, so that's actually different. So your body has a charge, but it's like a radiation charge, and that's what you don't want, right? which just helps to push out that radiation. It helps to push out that radiation, right? An electrical charge, it can create light. It's not the same light from the sun, though. Just understand. It can create light, but it's not the same light from the sun. The light from the sun are photons. Those are elements or particles called photons, right? With the electricity, that's just a transferring of electrons from one section to another section. But charges still deal in sound. Everything deals in sound. Sound is just vibration, right? If you had the capacity to pick up, you could pick up the sound coming from this. I don't have the capacity right now. Majority of us don't. But sometimes you can. Some people, just like some people can see the colors of sound. Some people have the eye capacity to see sound, right? So everything, you can hear everything, or you can basically, everything has a note, it has a tone. So everything is sound. Everything is sound, including, an electrical, including a charge. It's going to be it's going to have a sound to it. But it's actually based off of a sort of a. So let me be more clear about charges. So basically, charges come from an imbalance. A charged thing is actually an imbalanced thing. This right here is imbalanced. The zinc is imbalanced, the copper is imbalanced, the shungite is imbalanced. It's unbalanced. But but yet the unbalancedness of this is what allows for you to become balanced. The unbalancedness in this is in copper is what allows for your car to become balanced. When they put these different elements in your phone, in your car, we assume that I have to consume a balanced thing in order to become balanced. That actually is kind of like an oxymoron, because essentially, then how are you going to get your charge? How are you going to get your charge, right? So no, you find the imbalanced things. It's giving off a charge. It's sparking, and I'm picking it up when I put this on there, right? It's giving off a charge. It's giving off electrons. It's imbalanced, and it's looking. The electrons are looking to become part of something that's balanced. And what it does is it finds something that's also imbalanced in a reciprocal way that's trying to absorb. It's trying to absorb the electrons off of it, and that's our bodies are trying to do that. So we are the perfect match with each other. Ashe. Ashe, that was a great question. I was thinking of lightning and thunder with the question. Thanks for sharing your wisdom. Ashe. Like I said, lightning is combustion, and it creates light. Lightning is light that's from combusted charges, right? So the charge is already in the air. That's why like animals, certain animals can feel when it's about to storm because they can feel the charge already. The charge is already there. There's no light there. There's no lightning, but the charge is already there. There's an overabundance of electrons, of ions, of charged atoms. So charge doesn't mean light, but charge can create light through combustion. So what happens is, I don't know all the specifics, but essentially in lightning, because of that, the charge is so great, combustion happens somewhere. An electron interacts somewhere. Now, lightning comes from the ground up. It does not shoot down to the ground. It comes from the ground or comes from the bottom up, right? Which makes sense if you understand how how the body uses oxygen. You breathe. There's different ways to use oxygen, but one of the ways to use oxygen, you breathe. The electron from the oxygen hits the iron that's in the center of your hemoglobin or your blood cells. It hits it, boom, creates a spark, creates lightning, and that creates a charge, right? So something similar like that happens when it's storming. So then the charged air electrons, it interacts with something on the, even a human being, it interacts, it combusts, and then what happens in lightning is that it creates a chain reaction because the air is so charged that when one sparks off, the electrons next to it spark, and it sends this chain reaction of sparks all the way up into the sky, known as a lightning bolt. And the reason why are you hearing thunder when it lightnings? You're hearing the after effect of the combustion. That's why lightning makes a sound, because it blew up. The electrons blew up, and you're just hearing the blow up, and we call it thunder. So Imagination says my favorite emoji is a thunder emoji. That's actually my signature emoji on my channel. Lightning feels powerful. It is powerful. It's so powerful that it's actually blowing stuff up. Peace said tune to Ken. It's blowing stuff up. Stuff is getting blown up, right? That's literally what's happening, right? But the same thing happens in your body. Explosions happen, right? How do pregnancies happen? The sperm hits the egg. When the tail drops, boom, an explosion happens. They've actually they've videotaped, they've recorded this. Scientists have recorded it. Boom, a combustion happens. Literally, a combustion happens, and then life starts. It sets a chain reaction, creating a zygote and creating all types of cells and creating a whole universe, called the human being. Right? So that's why combustion is so necessary. Majane says, yes, I feel like I have that effect. I change each environment I enter into, warm up the space. Ashe to that, Majane. The Big Bang, Ashe to graffiti, the Big Bang. The Big Bang is a real thing. It's just an incomplete thought. Everything is both true and wrong at the same time. The goal is to figure out in which way is it true and in which way is it false. The Big Bang is true. The universe comes from a Big Bang because that's how things start. combustion, charge, chain reaction. But that Big Bang was not all the energy just shrunk down and then just exploded just for whatever, because of pressure or something like that. No. As above, so below. Obviously, there was something outside, there was material, and something outside of the universe came in and caused it to combust. Right? So there was a universe, or it came, so energy from another universe came in touch with another universe, boom, exploding, creating the universe that we live in today. Right? Which means that there was life or existence before. You can't even say, well, before the life and existence before the Big Bang, there was already life and existence. There was already life and existence. There was already consciousness before the Big Bang. Right. Graffiti says, my new name is Combustion Man, Ashe. Imagine, right, the bang came from somewhere. It came from somewhere. It always comes from somewhere. Right? It always comes from somewhere, Ashe. And just like, it comes from somewhere, and just like how, a baby grows up inside of a matrix, doesn't it? Inside of a dome, right? Inside of a plasmic, sac, right? Inside of, just like in the Matrix, they're in these like little plasmic pods. It comes out of a pod until it's fully developed, right? So as above, so below. We are also currently we go from one pod into another pod, and now we're the goal is to try to get out of this pod, out of this matrix, and go to the next level. That's transcendence. That is transcendence, right? But not everybody makes it. Not all babies are born. Not all babies make it out the womb, right? Not all people are going to make it out this earth womb either. Right? Or you have to come back and try it again. You weren't born the first time, so you got to come back to try to be born again in another trial, another stage, another body, or maybe the same, mother, whatever it is, but you got to try again. Right? You got to try again. Same thing in this life. If you fail, you come back, try it again until eventually you become reborn. Ashe. So now I think I got to everything. So we'll say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika, it is done. A lot of people are on loop, staying here, repeating the same level. Ashe, everyone's on a loop until you're not. Everyone's on a loop until you're not. But then you just leave that loop to go into another loop. The loops are forever. The question is, are you going to stay on this loop, or are you going to go to a new loop? A loop's a loop. You can't avoid the loops. You can only decide if you're tired of this loop. Universal 9 is encouraging us to complete this current level. Ashe. So Ime Kamalika, it is done. And I will see you. We will see you all tomorrow. Ashe. Peace to Savios KS.